Hey there, I hope you're doing well. My name is Mandy and I am the founder of Black Hills Financial Planning. As an agent and someone who also approaches prosperity and the creation of abundance from a very holistic perspective, I just wanted to create a video today on 3 common hurdles that new business owners face and how to overcome them. So over the years, I started a handful of businesses ranging in a variety of different industries because I am neurodivergent and I just love to be involved in a lot of different ventures. And I found these to be true for every single one, no matter how many times I created a new venture or maybe helped consult with someone else who was starting a business of their own. So the first one is obviously no customers. You have to really tap into the market and define your target audience at this phase. And once you do that, it can still be a challenge to, get enough people to know about you. And so there are a few things I would say on this. First and foremost is factor this into your business planning or start earlier once you've consolidated your branding and you have an idea of when these things are going to launch and when you're going to introduce things to the market. So I would honestly even start, a year to 6 months out before you're about to bring this new idea to market or launch this concept. It's really important to define who you are trying to get in contact with, who you're trying to sell your product or your services to. And then you need to just continuously be authentic and genuine, create content with the intention of offering value and education, which is also a form of value. Mostly, if you're trying too hard to sell something to someone, they're not going to want it. But rather, if you educate people on why this product or service or offering is so amazing, well, that's how you develop a customer list. And it's really great if you integrate email automation so that when people come to your website, or maybe if you're at, vendor location, you're giving out samples, you can collect email addresses. And then when you have new projects and new products that you're really wanting to advertise, you can blast that out and it gets directly into people's emails. So it's a really good way to just develop a relationship with the people you're trying to meet, give yourself enough time to do it, and then really just consistently offer value. Even if they're not buying something from you, offer value. That could be as simple as a blog post. It could be as simple as, like a 10% coupon off a product that you really want to sell more of, or a new special. There are a lot of different ways to do it. All right, the second one is the imposter syndrome, or feeling like, oh, I don't believe in myself. Why should anybody else? And in all honesty, I think for the majority of people, if they're doing what they love and they're doing what they're meant to do, that fades after a while, especially as you get a bit more experience in just whatever field it is and offering that service. Pretty soon it becomes routine, and you prove to yourself that, I wasn't as experienced as I wanted to be. And that nervousness, maybe it was also a bit of excitement. They're very similar in how they feel in the body, so it's easy to mistake them. But in terms of just maybe not having that following, not really getting out to the people you want to, and feeling like you're just not getting traction, I'd say go back to assessing how you're really approaching the people you're trying to connect with, and then just keep it up. Be consistent. Keep offering value. If you're doing what you love, if you're doing what you're meant to do, the customers and the money will come. It's really just how it works. If you believe in something that you're doing, sooner or later, other people will see it too. And then it's no longer this feeling of, I have to be on so that people think I'm this expert. We're all people. Some of us just specialize in different things. All right. And the last one is kind of interesting because it obviously affects us all. It has to do with money. Feeling like you don't have enough money to scale up or, really reach that peak level of even just beginning. And I fully understand how frustrating that can be. That's why most of the initial businesses I started took a long time to develop them. It would take me time to, really flesh out the concepts, figure out the branding, save up the money to register them because I intended on receiving money for them. Then the upkeep, the development of the website, so many different things with it. I was just like, I don't have a lot of money to go towards this, but I'm going to try. And so my advice in this is just to go slow, because eventually it will build. And it's always great to do your research and flesh out the idea a lot before. I am so guilty of buying so many domains that I was like, I'm going to build a website on this and it's going to be great. And then I was like, oh, that's not the right domain for this idea. That's not the right name at all. And a good example of that is this business, actually, Black Hills Financial Planning. I almost called it Sacred Seed Holistic Planning, because I was like, yes, it has that embodiment of a holistic approach to financial healing. And then my husband was like, sounds like you're helping people get pregnant. I was immediately just like, yeah, actually, that's not a good name for it at all. And I scrapped that, but I still have the domain until it expires. And, that's happened so many times where I tried going too fast, and then I realized that the concept wasn't right anyways, and I was just trying to rush the process, and then I had to take a couple steps back. So in this stage, sometimes moving slowly is a bit of a blessing. It enables us to really plan it out, really be methodical. And something that's a benefit from this as well too is you get the practice of tracking what you're putting money to as well. And you can do that with spreadsheets, you can do that with notebook ledgers, as much as that makes me cringe. And of course you can use software like QuickBooks. So it's pretty common, I think, for a lot of us, but over time, all of these things improve. So these are some pretty common challenges of new business owners and new entrepreneurs, even if you're just starting out as a sole proprietor, or you just filed your LLC, or maybe, you have big plans for your corporation. I think they're all pretty relatable. But what are your thoughts? Please comment below. Please give me your feedback. And if you have any topics that you would like to hear more about please let me know, and I will create more videos. Have a great day.